edition of Superstars of the Ring here at ccwrestling.biz. Folks, there's a lot we're going to be covering over the next several weeks on the show, including not just one, but two major title changes that we are going to talk about. But more on that a little bit later. Right now, we're going to talk about a man who seemed to be in the midst of a lot of controversy here in CCW, and that is Julian Marcs. Of course, you know Julian Marcs, not to beat a dead horse or anything, has attacked many superstars over the past, has seemed to have set his sights on our CCW champion now. There has been a standoff, if you will, between the CCW champion Hayden Price and Julian Marcs. We're going to talk about that a little while as well. But first, we're going to see Julian Marcs in action as he takes on legendary superstar rock and roll Chris Turner. So why don't you join me and Mike Carney at ringside as we go to the action.
Blitz, would you elaborate a little bit on what is just going on there with you and Marcs?
I'm sorry if I took that just a little bit personal there, Carney. Over the last probably about 16 or 17 months or so, as you know, there was a mystery assailant that kept attacking superstar after superstar after superstar and just left him wasted. And eventually it came around to me, and I was left with a little present. I was left with a little bit of a hospital stay. And it was all at the hands of what was revealed to be Julian Marcs. Julian Marcs attacked superstar, and I noticed through every situation, if you paid attention to every single one, he seemed to be the one consistency with every situation. He was there for every attack. He attacked Mark Falcone. He attacked me. He attacked Chris Turner, if you remember before. I mean, he's even got so far as attacked some security guys and got himself thrown in jail. He's just now returning from a suspension thanks to that.
Sounds like everywhere he's gone, he's left a path of mayhem behind.
He's left a path of mayhem, destruction. I tell you right now, he is definitely an insurance liability. I would not friend him, and not one person has. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have any allies. He just is. What he wants is everybody's respect. What he wants is everybody's attention. Well, he's got it. And now he's got rock and roll Chris Turner, a legend in this industry. And certainly not somebody who's going to back down from him. I'm sorry if I seemed just a little bit tense in that match. And yeah, I probably would have gotten the tire smacked out of me. I no doubt would have been laid out, and then where would we be? So I walked away. This is Chris Turner's fight. It's not mine. And I hope he hands it to Julian Marcs.
Well, you have your objective you're getting in right now.
And you see,
rock and roll's on the onslaught.
And this is exactly what I see. And you know what? Rock and roll Chris Turner is not using fighting. He's not using dirty tactics. He faced Julian Marcs face to face, and he's got control of this right where he wants it.
I just really don't know if this is the path of mayhem that Julian Marcs intended to go down. This ain't the man I think I would have chosen to start it off with, at least face to face.
Well, I got to be perfectly honest with you. A year ago, I wouldn't have thought anything of Julian Marcs. Had been a friend of mine, and he'd been a friend of rock and roll. These two have a real close history together as allies. And for him to turn on everybody and then point right at Chris Turner was a big mistake, because now Turner's got him where he wants him. He's got him in the match. And he's using proper wrestling techniques. He's using 20 years of experience to control Julian Marcs.
That's right. And you can't, no matter what you do, that's one thing that's very, very hard to overcome, is that experience. And Marcs, he doesn't have as much as Chris Turner does. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Marcs. Remember, him and his brother at one point were tag team champions.
Multiple times we're tag team champions. You can't take away what he's done in the past, and I'm certainly not going to do. I'll give credit where credit's due.
I think he's just lost direction. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, I'm not going to make excuses for him. I'm not sure what direction he's headed in right now, but as a broadcast journalist, I'm going to remain neutral in this. I'm not going to pick favorites. I think we all know how my feelings are, but let's just call the match exactly how it is.
And that's what we're doing, and the fans expect to see good, entertaining wrestling here, and that's what we've got going on in CCW. Julian Marcs and rock and roll Chris Turner here one-on-one to put some, hopefully, bad blood to ease. Nice suplex by Julian.
Very, very well executed snap suplex. Now he's just mocking the crowd. He doesn't care. Now we'll give it to him. Nice standing DDT. And now he's got Chris Turner right once. Got him into the middle of the ring. He's controlling Chris Turner. I'm not too sure what he's got in store here, but a little bit of vintage Julian Marcs there as he does a running leg droppy. I mean, that's something he's known for. Now let's see how he follows it up.
Going for a pin attempt.
Rock and Roll Chris Turner kicked out at 2, so it was just a near fall. Julian Marcs, of course, got Chris Turner locked up right now.
To take him over to cross body block, blitz, and now Chris Turner's back on the offensive with Julian Marcs.
First of all, Mike, let me apologize there. It seems that we had a little bit of a technical difficulty with the microphones, but I think we're back online. But yes, you're absolutely right. Chris Turner was able to reverse everything and go right back on the offensive. And, you know, like I said earlier, that's what 20 plus years of experience will do. You know, Julian Marcs can say what he wants about rock and roll Chris Turner and that he's old and everything like that, but sometimes age and know-how and, you know, technicality, those are the things that wins matches. That's why rock and roll Chris Turner is a multiple-time world champion. But back to the action here. Chris Turner has made his way to the outside of the ring through no fault of his own.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not sure he made his own way out there by no means.
Julian Marcs, very instrumental with throwing him out. You better follow the match, all right? I'm just here to call a match.
Wow, he don't look like he's quite done with it.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what he's ever had against me. Now rock and roll Chris Turner getting the better of him, and of course, very politely helping Julian Marcs to the outside of the ring.
Returning the favor a little bit there.
Well, Chris Turner's a benevolent man.
Did you say he was malevolent?
I don't watch Disney movies. No, he was a benevolent man. He's definitely good about returning the favor.
That's Maleficent, I believe.
Who? Never heard of him.
On we go with the match. Julian Marcs walking around ringside, taunting the fans. You know, he don't care.
He sure is taking his time. All right, hold on a second. He's coming this way, though.
Coming this way.
And it sure took a big man to knock over a bottle of water. Hope he can sleep better at night tonight. But you know what? You know, I'm a sportsman. I'm a type of person that, you know, appreciates fair play and everything like that. But I'm going to give it to him. He is controlling the tempo. He's staying on the outside. He's keeping the referee from maintaining a 10 count. And he's getting his second win. But he needs to be real careful. Because rock and roll Chris Turner knows what he's doing, and he's gaining a second win. And Turner is right behind him right now.
Hey, look at this, fans.
Oh.
Blitzy had him bringing him up unconventionally by that beard.
Yeah, he was pulling him by the beard. And
then he got hung.
Chris Turner got wrapped around the ropes there just a little. Now Julian Marcs coming back in, and he's delivering a quick couple of knees right there.
Yeah, I think Turner aggravated Marcs with that grabbing the beard there.
Well, I'm not pro or, you know, anti-beard or anything like that. I don't have one personally, but that's not what wrestling's all about. Wrestling's about being a sportsman. And Chris Turner right there caught Julian Marcs with a rocking dropper in midair. Good God, was that intense.
Got his leg on the ropes, though, to Julian Marcs.
Yes, he had the wherewithal to keep the match going. 9.999 times out of 10, Julian Marcs' match would have been over. Rock and roll Chris Turner would have won that match. But as you can see, Julian Marcs had the wherewithal to put his foot on the rope and keep the match going.
Yes.
So the problem is he's in the rope, and once again, we're on the outside of the ring. And now both men are on the outside. Julian Marcs taking his time. He's going to the outside. Little head smash to the ring barricades there. Chris Turner's a little daisy. You could be a bit concussed after that. Oh, what's Julian Marcs doing? He's got a chair in his hand.
He's got a chair, yeah. And the referee is admonishing the count or administering the count. should we say, on both gentlemen right now.
You know, I don't think Julian Marcs cares. He knows the referee's counting, but he's keeping it going.
Oh, he just did a leg drop to Turner across the chair, Blitz.
And that did not look good. It did not sound good. To be honest with you, it kind of didn't feel good because that rattled this entire arena. Chris Turner back up, though. And he's back on top of Julian Marcs. And these two are fighting on the outside of the ring.
The referee's up to 8, Blitz. He's up to 9. We may not have a winner here. I don't know what's going on. Double count out here.
We do have a double count out, it appears. Chris Turner is still taking it to Julian Marcs, and he's getting back in the ring, but the match isn't over. The match is over. Clearly, Chris Turner is going to claim this as a moral victory. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's not hard to do because I don't think Julian Marcs has too many morals.
You know, Chris is back in the ring even though it's over. I know he's wanting Julian back in, but you got to wonder, is Julian wanting to climb back in right now at this point? I think he's going to leave.
Well, no, I don't think he wants to climb back in because he knows he's going to be looking Chris Turner face to face, and that's just not Julian Marcs' style. But I can promise you, this is not over by any stretch of the imagination. This is war. Julian Marcs, he's coming away from this match a little bit worse for wear, but he's still standing. So I can tell you right now, this war is definitely not over. Wait, Julian Marcs heading back to the ring. You know, I'm going to leave it silent for a second. Let's see what happens. You know, apparently, Rock and Roll Chris Turner is trying to lobby for an additional time in the match. Will the referee do it? Julian Marcs is in the ring, but is he going to agree to it?
Well, here we go.
They're fighting, but
Don't know what's going on if it's actually sanctioned. We've not been told to ring the bell.
the referee is still saying that the match is over. He hasn't given a signal to ring the bell yet, so the match hasn't been officially restarted, but he's trying to tell them to get out of the ring.
Blitz, what are we seeing? What is Chris Turner doing?
Chris Turner is not known to go to the ropes, but could we see a superplex? Oh my God.
Did you see Turner hit the back of his head on the ring?
Yeah, he might be a little injured after that. I'm not too sure, but he hit his head pretty hard on the canvas. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Julian Marcs has beaten the water bottle.
Julian Marcs, this water's for you. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, you saw right there that the situation between Rock and Roll Chris Turner and Julian Marcs remains unresolved, and hopefully at a later date we're going to see the conclusion of this epic war. But in the meantime, Julian seems to be getting himself into the mix with more than just Rock and Roll Chris Turner. You may not know this, but there was a recent standoff between him and CCW World Champion Flash and Cash Hayden Price. We do not have all the details of that confrontation right now, but hopefully on next week's show we're going to be able to discuss it more in detail. In the meantime, back to Rock and Roll Chris Turner. He himself has been getting himself into a confrontation, if you will, with some other gentlemen here in CCW, and that of course is the Collective. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and preface this next clip a little bit by telling you that we do have new World Tag Team Champions. The future Jonathan Wells and Daniel Anderson, Future Evolution, are the new CCW Tag Team Champions. And on a recent show, they did have some less than flattering words to say about our former CCW champion, Rock and Roll Chris Turner. And it ended up in a very, very bizarre situation. So let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights of that situation right now.
Some more action. All right, it's time to get on with some
What stands before you is wrestling royalty. Future evil, no, don't you dare move. Handle me. The last thing I need is a bunch of white trash hicks telling me how great I am. A new day has dawned in CCW. There is an infection in CCW, and it begins with Chris Turner.
I'm gonna make sure this is working because I'm not used to being handed a live microphone. And for good reason, because I say what I want, when I want, and I don't care what anybody says about it. Not you, Mike Barney, not you, Brian Bliss, not Richard Marshall, not anybody in the CCW board. I'm the man! So without any further ado, if you would please shut your mouths and listen to what the future has to say. Hang on. Before you start booing, listen, hey, before you start booing, this is actually a serious matter, all right? This is serious. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Daniel Anderson is the son of the head of talent relations, Boone Anderson. So to say we got a key to the front door of the CCW offices is an understatement. By God, he walks in and he takes what he wants, and what we found was rather shocking to us, ladies and gentlemen. Let me read it to you real quick. This letter says, "Dear Richard Marshall," it says that I regret to inform you that I do not feel that I can perform up to standards any longer. After 20 plus years in CCW, I believe it's my time to walk away. Signed, Rock and Roll, Chris Turner. Hey, hang on. Before y'all start booing, listen. We should be celebrating, ladies and gentlemen. We should be rejoicing in the fact that we don't like to see that idiotic face, those tiger stripes, those tassels, or any of that stupid crap anymore. I'll tell you what, Chris Turner, let me tell you a little something about Chris Turner. Hang on. I ain't done yet. You need to hear this. Let me me, please. I love to hear rock and roll from you idiots. Jenny, you tell me something, please. First of all, I don't think anybody here wants to listen to you. I'm gonna tell you what, you come out here, and first of all, you go into your daddy's office or whatever and get a letter. First of all, that letter didn't say I was going to retire. I was thinking about it. You know, I've been here many years, and it's people like myself that made it for you to come out here and say what you want. But it's not no gold pump and come out here and talk about all the people. I've been wrestling longer than you've been walking. And if you keep running your mouth, it won't be much longer you're walking. Hang on a second now. Let me tell you something real quick, Tom.
Like I said, it turned out into not only a bizarre situation, but a very physical situation as well, involving many superstars. For example, you saw young Christian Evans. He was able to take the giant Kevin Toole off his feet. Fantastic feat that not a whole lot of superstars have managed to do, so my hat's off to him for that. But also Mad Dog Miller and Rock and Roll Chris Turner reuniting an old friendship right there, as they, along with Christian Evans, managed to stand their ground against the Collective. Next week, we're going to get into a little bit more of the situation as the details come back to us. Also, we're going to see our new tag team champions and how they won the titles in our match of the week for next week's show. Not to mention, we're going to have more of the details about the confrontation between Julian Marcs and Flash and Cash Hayden Price. Next week is going to be an epic broadcast, folks. I urge you, I implore you, please join us. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Blitz, and I'll see you at ringside.